What's poppin' YouTube? Welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna be doing another trade recap. Today I made $507 across 5 TopStep XFA accounts, which 7 times 5, so that's what $2,535 today that I made. Today, honestly, the market was not the best. A lot of chop. A lot of people probably lost their accounts today. And yeah, I'm gonna get into it. Though. I'm gonna talk about what I did right, what I did wrong, what I could improve on, what I think that I have been improving on that show today. So yeah, get into all that. So the first trade I took today was a NQ short. I'm going to go over right here. So my initial NQ short came kind of off of open. We had swept buy side on the hourly. We had a very strong SMT. ES was lagging behind. So this is where I zoom in. Took this 1 minute inversion for a buy gap here. Wanted to see us go to these 15-minute shorts. I'm not mad at this loss at all. I ended up losing like 200 something dollars on this. Not really mad at it. Stop was at this high. Targeting these equal lows here. Then wanted to see us really sell beyond, especially just with how weak ES was. ES also had a lot of resting sell side as well. Really want to see us tank right after that. A strong move inversion off the hourly, but didn't get it. I would take this trade 10 times out of 10 times. I even pyramided in once we got this change in the state right here. Usually I will wait for the change in the state candle, but since we were coming off of open, we had a lot of volume. This was a very clean setup. We had equal lows resting below us. I didn't mind taking this prior to the change in the state. So that was my first setup I took. It was a loss. Second trade I took was really nothing here for me to take. I was just waiting. I avoided 2 trades. One was a win, one was a loss. I didn't take. The first one was this trade right here that I would have taken if we didn't have 10 a.m. news. So I'm going to get into it. So we had this 5-minute imbalance that we had tapped into at the macro open with a lot of volume. You see here very fast. Got a very quick inversion right here coming out of the 5-minute. I did not take this trade because we had 10 a.m. news coming up. And the news was, I want to say, it was jokes. So I was expecting a lot of volume coming into the morning. Didn't want to take this trade because of the risk of me getting wicked out or just price chopping up until 10 a.m. But it's not a bad setup at all. V-shaped recovery coming out of higher time frame imbalance, resting highs above. We even have other hourly highs resting as well that NQ had to target, but didn't take that trade just because we had 10 a.m. news coming up. Told myself I wouldn't do that anymore. I've lost a lot of money doing it, so didn't take that trade. Then the second trade, the second loss that this was the loss I avoided right here. Once NQ closed below the 2-minute, but then it failed to displace out of it at the macro time with this candle right here. I was thinking about shorting it right before 10 a.m. However, this is on the 2-minute and this is 9:58. So if I was to wait for the full close of the next candle, I would have had to wait literally until news to see what we would do, and I didn't want my entry to be at 10 a.m. so I avoided that trade as well. Luckily, I would have been stopped out. Wanted to see similar with NQ. Wanted to see a sell off here, rebalance into the higher time frame areas. Had a lot of resting sell side here. However, we are bullish on the higher time frame. I wasn't fully looking to catch an entire, retracement to this move because the higher time frame is still very bullish. Ran this 4-hour, we even ran the hourly here and this hourly. I really just wanted to see a slight retracement before we continue higher into, say this imbalance up here. Now the last trade I took today, which is what, I took 2 more trades. Well, I didn't take those last 2. Those were trades that I avoided that I didn't take that I'm happy that I was able to, just let pass me. Usually me in the past have had I've been struggling a lot with that, just avoiding trades and not taking things even though they have the potential to make me money. If it's not exactly what I know and what I'm confident in seeing, I'm not going to take it. So that's what this was for those last 2 trades. I didn't take those 2. Now the trade that I actually took that made me some money back was this short right here. So if you guys are not, if you aren't familiar with, just data wicks and consequent encroachment of these wicks, then I'm gonna break it down right quick. So whenever you have a very strong wick like this, if you see price respecting the 50% of the midpoint of it, as you can see right here, we're getting no body closes above that midpoint, 9 times out of 10, we're going to sell off. We're going to reject it and respect it. So once I seen that, I was really just waiting for us to really push through this imbalance right here. We did kind of get like an inversion, but I was waiting more for these candles because I didn't like how we were still printing up. I really wanted to see it start to sell out of here. So I waited on this candle right here on the 15-second. Once we got this change in the state, enter short. My fill was like here, stop was here, targeting data lows. Then I wanted to see us really sell down to these lows. Took partials right here. I was in with, I think, 15 MES contracts. Ended up taking off 10 right here. 5 runners got stopped at break even. That trade ended up putting me back into profit on the day. I was down like 2 something. It put me back up like $70. So not a bad trade. But from there, I was really just kind of waiting because today is the day that I'm eligible for a payout. I want to get that 5th green day. So I was just trying to find one more setup so that I could be eligible and get that out the way so that I can trade stress free going forward. I'm not taking a payout yet though. I am going to build a little bit more of a buffer, but I am eligible today. But I'm going to get to that too later because I don't have much. I'm break it down. But yeah. So this was the last trade I took today. Once we got this, we ended up putting in an SMT at this low right here. Put in an SMT. Swept sell side. Swept all the sell side. Inversion for a buy gap right here. Off the 2 minute. Or no, I actually took it on the 1 minute. Took this inversion for a buy gap right here on the 1 minute, targeting the data highs. I had confidence in this just because we did have such a strong wick and we already had just swept sell side here. We swept the data low. Now it's time for us to go to data highs. So entered right there. Ended up pyramiding in as well, right on round. Let me show you where I pyramided at. Actually, I can turn on my executions, can I? I'll do that in a second. Actually, let's do it right now. So yeah, the reason I have so many entries is because I don't usually trade on MES, and I'm not exactly sure the contracts are when trading them. So I always enter lower size, and then once I gauge my stop loss, that's when I figure out how much context I'm actually gonna continue to add into the position. So it says I have a lot of entries here, but this is all one trade. But yeah, I ended up pyramiding right here. Ended up pyramiding once we. It was actually off the 5-second. I'm not even gonna lie. Once I seen this 5-second pull back, V-shaped recovery inversion over the imbalance, data highs with a couple points above us, I figured we had no reason to really come back lower, and we were gonna have a straight move to the data highs. So that's exactly what I took. So now I'm in with a total of 20 MNQ contracts, which is equal to 20 MES contracts, which is equal to 2 ES contracts total. Took off a majority at this high. Ended up getting the rest stopped out because my fill got moved all the way up here. So that was the trades I took today. What did I do right? I avoided a lot of loss. Well, I avoided a loss, and then I also avoided a win, but that win wasn't with full conviction, so I'm not mad at it. I'm actually pretty happy with that, that I was able to do that and just stay disciplined, sticking to my rules, not taking things. I was very patient. I avoided all of this chop. I know that old me would have definitely blown his account, and it just shows progression. It shows growth that I was very patient. I was able to execute on what I know I should have. Just waiting for the higher time frame, waiting for that conviction, and really waiting for full confirmation. That is what I have been working on, and just staying patient. So very happy with that. The reason I'm at my 5th today, and these accounts are still very low in profit is because I was in drawdown all last week. I was really just getting out of drawdown, trying to build these accounts back up. As you can see here, went down 1,200, slowly building it back up, went right back down 1,200, made it back in that day. Then these last 2 days have been actual days I've been able to trade since it's not me in drawdown. Like I was trading out of drawdown all last week basically. And at this point my account was at like negative 1,500 across all 5, which obviously isn't the best thing because you have a $2,000 max limit. I was not trying to lose them, but ended up getting blessed on Friday. Took a very good setup. It says I have a lot of trades because I do pyramid and I like I showed y'all before, I might have like 3, 4 entries just on one initial setup, just because I like to gauge my risk, and if price is moving in my direction, I like to mitigate that and also pyramid, especially when I'm trying to get out of drawdown and I'm not trying to, stay in, or I'm not trying to, or I am trying to earn more profit. That is something I'll do. I will mitigate my stop loss, pyramiding a lot of the times, especially if price is moving efficiently and I have the opportunity to. So that's why I said I have a lot of trade entries here. I only took 3 trades today. I want to say 3 trades yesterday as well. So since I have a lot of executions, I really don't, or a lot of trades, I really don't. That's just my executions. But yeah, these are my stats so far. It's been 8 days on these accounts, I think. As y'all can see, it's been a little roller coaster. It was getting out of drawdown. Had to stay down, stay patient, but we've been doing good so far. Now I think it's been 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's been 9 days on these accounts. I'm now in my 5th green day, so I'm eligible for a withdrawal. But what I'm going to do is really just build these accounts up. I have another set of 5 Top Step XFAs that I have already passed. So really, I'm not really stressed about these accounts. I don't need the money right now. I'm really just gonna build them up so I can get um, the max payout across the 5 accounts. I'm gonna continue to document that, continue to show y'all, taking it day by day, really just being patient, taking what the market gives, and I'm excited to be able to show that to y'all. Hopefully this month sometime, in the next few weeks, get the max top set payout. So, yep, that is a little trade recap. That is my plan going forward as well. Hope y'all enjoyed watching. I hope y'all learned something. I'm gonna talk to y'all in the next one. But I appreciate y'all commenting too on my last video. I really do enjoy reading them. Please leave me feedback, everything I can do better on. Anything you might want me to speak on, I appreciate it. I'll read all the comments. Thank you for your support. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And catch you in this one. Peace.